I need a bad girl to make my homie lose his cool. I need a bad girl who love listen to the bad Ice Cube. I need a bad girl to make me wanna break the roof. I need a bad girl, boom chicka wow wow, sex on my roof.
Hi guys, it's Miss Polly. Happy New Year. We are in 2022. It's been a rough 2 years for a lot of people. And some people has been very positive with the new year coming. I think it's a lot of new things that will be coming. I will tell you, just the looks of it. I know COVID is kind of going back up again, but thing is though, we stay positive and keep moving forward and making strides, especially with how to make money, because a lot of people were really stressed about making money, not having the kind of dependency on the incomes that we were having. So this is a lot different. A lot of people are taking that time and making their own businesses. So, this is actually, in a way, been kind of positive for those people who never had the opportunity to, go out of the norm and try to make money differently. We were so used to just going to work, doing that 9 to 5, and anything outside of that just sounded like a little bit out of there. So, 2022 should be the year that we really should focus on, trying to make, reasonable goals in our life and trying to reach those goals. One of my own goals is trying to, put my own business out there and, for life coaching and be able to reach more people. Because I think that a lot of people, even though we're going through these changes, really need help and guidance and need someone to talk to when it comes to relationships. Because not only do relationships really affect our daily life, at home, they also affect us outside, when we go to work and how we treat other people. And so making sure that we have, good foundation is really important to us wherever we go, because the way you treat your partner may be the way you treat your potential clients, potential people who come to your business, your relationships at school, at work. If you don't know how to talk to people, or if you're if you're out here, taking things that have happened to you and putting them on other people and not learning how to deal with those issues, they're going to affect you and affect your work and affect how people view you. So we want to make sure we keep that in check and work on ourselves, even if it's a little bit throughout the year. It doesn't have to be every day you're freaking out, you're not working on something, but going in that positive route is always good. So we want to make sure we're doing that. So for this year, if you guys haven't done it, get yourself a calendar. Calendars are amazing. Some people think, okay, well, I have a calendar on my phone. Yes, and it can give you alerts, and that's wonderful. But sometimes, I think this generation, yeah, unless you're like in your 30s, you don't use pen and paper very much, and which is funny to me because it's a proven fact that using a pen and paper, it's gonna help you remember things. It's gonna help you, you know, be able to, remember everything you need to do, because using your hand and doing it over and over again, writing it down, it's just proven that it helps. So going and writing down your goals, writing down your appointments, because you're physically doing it, is more likely you're going to remember those things. So writing that down, writing a list of goals you want throughout the year, and then going ahead and marking them off as you go, so hey, look at what I've accomplished in a month. Look what I've accomplished in a year. Because a lot of times nobody notices that, you don't realize how much you can do until you see all the stuff you wrote down, and then you see how much of it you've completed. And it's really nice to celebrate those things too, because then you're like, oh, look at all the stuff I did. Look at all the things I've accomplished in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And it'll change everything about how you view time. Especially, I think that's the number one thing that people really forget, is that there's so much time in the day, and the people who are out here making all that money, they use their time wisely. They're using all the minutes in the day, they're using all that time, and we think, oh, it was just a day or 2 days, 3 days. If you write down 7 things in one day and you do those 7 things, it'd be like, oh my gosh, I did all that in one day. And even if you're like, oh, that's a lot to do, then make it 2 things. But if you see progress and see that you're completing these things, and in the month, those 5 things you needed done are done, that's something you should be happy about, and something that you can, mark off on your list. So for the beginning of the year, calendars are really cool. Even if it's on your phone. Like I said, if you need to take your phone and do it, go ahead and do your Google, so it'll do alarms, reminders. The calendars are easy to see there, and I like them. And also, sometimes if you make an appointment online, it'll automatically go to Google. So that is a really good tool to use. So yes. Another thing I would say for 2022 is really prioritizing. I think a lot of people are so wrapped up in getting the big goals done, they don't see the little things that could be done. So try to prioritize what's more important. If your long-term goal is to get your credit right, but you have a lot of things on there, prioritize what items are going to need to be done first. If you're worried about getting a car and you have it's repo on there, try to a repo and you owe money on it, try to get on that bill first, because you're trying to get a card. Prioritize what's important and then go down that way. Also, another method is, some people take the smaller bills they have and they go and they take care of all the smaller bills within a time frame. Make a time frame, and then what they also will do is make a payment plan with the companies. Everyone knows taxes are coming. A lot of people know that they were getting taxes prior to that. You know how we got the little stimmy checks sometimes, but not stimulus checks. It was just your earned income credit early, which that helped a lot of people out through the year. So if you got that and your taxes may be lower when you get a refund, then you can do is call, ask, do they have a payment plan, or if they have a settlement. So that's really important. So get a settlement and say, hey, instead of taking 300, can you take two something over 6 months? A lot of places are able to do that. So work on those things gradually, and then prioritize those debts so you can get it down. That's just one example, but there's other things you can prioritize. If you're prioritizing your health this year, let's start talking about that. People start hitting the gym up. This is the year of gym memberships going up, because everybody wants to be healthy and begin the year to lose some weight. So they do that. What I will tell you is, if you want to do that, work on your weight, also include losing some of the bad habits you have, like going out to eat. So would you prioritize where you eat, cooking at home, buy an air fryer, and then be able to cook? Like, you're going to try to prioritize if weight loss is more important than your credit or whatever that is, So prioritizing, write down a list. I think people really underestimate list. Don't underestimate a list. A list will give you so much insight that you never thought you had. Taking a moment, and I'm gonna tell you, like I told you guys a lot of times, I have ADHD. So, I know people do medicine and that helps, but if you don't have medication, and a lot of times people don't want to do medication, I've had to write things down. I forget things all the time. And so when you're writing them down, it helps you remember. And also, if I do forget or I get distracted, I can go back to the list, see where I'm at, and I can go, okay, I need to go back and finish that, complete that. And for people who have ADHD, one of the big downfalls is that you feel like you're failing all the time because you're not completing anything. So then you feel like I have all these projects, but I'm never finishing them. So then I feel like I'm failing. And so for me to go back and be like, oh, look, you need to go back. You didn't finish your list. And I can see that, and I won't, keep forgetting it, is very helpful. Or writing notes to myself, things like that. And I know if you have kids, they touch and stuff. So I have actually got a whiteboard that sticks to the wall like a sticker, and then you can write on that with your pens. And that way, if the kids even get on there, if they write on it, it's not the end of the world. You can rewrite it, and then you can erase it. It's not like that, and you kind of put it up a little higher. Even my kids still touch it. I don't even know how, but they don't care. That's why. So, and they go and they mess with it. So even if you do yours, get them theirs, and then they can write on it and feel like they're doing something. Like, what are the things you're supposed to do today? Yay, high five. You guys finished that. Sometimes doing things as a group, it kind of holds you accountable. So, even if you have your daughter, son, write down 3 things you're supposed to do today. Brush your teeth. It could be things you're going to do. Brush your teeth. Eat 2 vegetables. Pick out your clothes for tomorrow. And then they finish those goals. You be like, look at you. You were on task. Look at you. And that helps too. So these are just a couple things you could do. But for 2022, those are some of the things I suggest for starting your new year out right, and setting goals and things like that. This is the time to do it. And if you guys need help, like I said, I started my own. I've had the business for a while. I just haven't really promoted it too much. I wanted to make sure I got a lot more things ready. And so that's for me. Oh, sorry, I got a little allergies going on here. But yeah, make sure you contact me if you guys like some help organizing, talking about relationships. Like I said, this year we're going to focus more on our poly talks and relationship talks. Like I said, I'm not only here for poly people, also I'm here for just people who want to have good relationships. So what we're going to do is work on those things. And if you guys would like some coaching, I'm going to be setting up time frames where people can meet with me. I have my Facebook account. It's Miss Polly on there also. You can find me on Snap, Instagram, all those I'm on. I'm not on Twitter yet. Actually, I am on Twitter, but I haven't been using it. I have to repurpose that. But Facebook is a great way to contact me. On Instagram, and then also Snap, I have that on here if you guys would like. I'll be putting down my information so you guys can find it, and then you guys can contact me. We'll set up a meeting and we'll go over those things for you, and we can see if this is something you like to do on a consistent basis. But I, like to give people guidance, and if it's even not with me, show them some avenues where they can go and, get you in the right place. I just want y'all to be successful. So I want to make this video short today, so I want to give you guys information today. Look for our next video, which would be about our poly talk, and then we'll see you guys again. But thank you guys for visiting with me tonight, and you guys have a good day.